I'm Darren with Akshon Esports, and welcome back to another installment of Akshon Recap. 2 in 1 day? You betcha! There's so much news to cover, and we want to keep you guys up to date. So without further ado, let's get started. For our first story, after a few weeks of rumors and various reports, the Shanghai Dragons have officially announced the signing of 4 new players, one of which being the Overwatch League's first female player, Geguri. Geguri is a player who needs no introduction, but here's a small summary. After making headlines following a hacking accusation incident, the 19-year-old tank player, known for her Zarya play, has been frequently brought up to her displeasure as a symbol of gender diversity in esports. She is joined by former Element Mystic captain Fearless, a 20-year-old Korean tank player who is no stranger to dive comps and helped his team take home first place at Apex Challengers Season 5 and 2017 Surge, and not to mention placed 3rd at the 2017 Nexus Cup Annual Finals. The 19-year-old Ado will be the Dragons' new DPS addition, whose mains include Genji, Tracer, Pharah, and even Doomfist. Ado joins the Overwatch League with a fair bit of competitive experience under his belt after competing as a member of MVP Space in Apex Season 4. Lastly, former Miraculous youngster flex player Sky joins the team as the sole new Chinese player and brings with him a versatile pool of support heroes that should allow the Dragons to adapt well to any meta shifts. However, that would be the case if these players were able to play in the first place. According to a post by Mei CN, the 4 new members of the Dragons likely will not be able to play until mid-stage 2 due to visa application issues. For the start of the stage, we will be seeing the original roster compete, but given how the team will still need to adjust to its new members midway through stage 2, it may be some time before we see a noticeable impact they may have on the performance on the Dragons who placed dead last in stage 1. While there are those in China who have been inspired by the prospect of seeing a former Miraculous youngster player make it into the Overwatch League, there is an equal, if not greater amount of criticism and complaints about the poor state of Chinese Overwatch. Here are just a few of the most popular and concerning comments that have been circulating around forums in the Chinese Overwatch community. First, why do the Shanghai Dragons need to sign Geguri as an off-tank when there are plenty of talented native players who share a similar hero pool, such as Tian or Late Young? Next is, why did the Shanghai Dragons not sign Jimmu, a highly ranked Chinese Overwatch player who previously held the rank 1 spot on the Asian server? The fact that he has not been signed is disheartening and lowers the ambition of young players who aspire to go pro. While Fearless used to be the captain of Element Mystic, there are doubts that he will be able to replicate his success as a leader on a team of Chinese players, knowing that there will be a language barrier. Ironically, many attributed the struggle of the Shanghai Dragons to poor team in-game communication and being able to properly rally behind a leader and respond to unexpected situations or when things take a turn for the worse. With 3 new Korean players, there is concern that there will be even more communication issues even if the team decide to run a lineup with the 3 Koreans. What are your thoughts on the new additions to the Shanghai Dragons? Do you share a similar concerns, or do you believe that this was the right move on the part of the Dragons? We would love to hear your thoughts in the comments section below. Next, Runaway is seeing some changes to its roster. With Cox leaving the team, Runaway has enlisted former Conbox player Twilight. He will be with the team to compete in Contenders Korea starting March 5th. However, with Runner away for military service, there could be further changes to the Runaway roster, as he confirmed on a recent livestream that one of his players had been approached by an Overwatch League team with an offer. Out of all the players on the team, the 2 most promising players that have likely caught the eye of an Overwatch League scout are Stitch and Hanzo, 2-star DPS players who've been with the team since their underdog run at Apex Season 2. Since then, they have been the 2 most popular Overwatch players in Korea with a massive following, both for their mechanical prowess and good looks among their fanbase. As for the last roster update of the day, a report by ESPN states that Anamo will be supposedly joining New York Excelsior come stage 2. Anamo, a support player who previously played for Mighty AOD in Apex Season 3 and more recently Ardeont, has an overlapping hero pool with Arc. The fact that the 2 players both occupy the same role and that New York Excelsior's weakness is not in the support role and more so in the flex area makes it puzzling if the report holds true. true, especially seeing as how Ark is one of the main shot callers and the main ultimate tracker for his team. It's been a while since we've seen Anamo in a major tournament, but depending on how the meta will change, he could be a valuable pocket support and allow for even more strategic diversity. Which roster update has you the most excited? I'm personally interested to see whether Fuel and Shanghai will be able to see improvement with their new members, or if they will need more time to come together as a team. For our final story, with the latest developer update video, we now have confirmation on the changes coming to Doomfist, Sombra, and Mei as we had reported in the previous recaps. Doomfist shots will be receiving the changes to his hand cannon, with a faster ammo recovery rate and less damaging shots with more consistent shot patterns. As reported previously, Sombra no longer gains ult charge for medpack hacks. Hack is quicker and now inhibits movement abilities like wall climb, hover jet, and double jump. Her final change is additional time being added to her translocator, allowing her extra time to sneak in behind enemy lines. Mei's changes include increased duration for freeze, going from 1 second to 1.5 seconds, giving Mei more chances to fully freeze enemies. She will also have more shots with her secondary fire, as we mentioned previously. Jeff Kaplan concluded the developer update by sharing some ideas and hints for changes that Hanzo may be seeing in the near future on the PTR. A link to the full developer update will be in the description box below, but it's important to note that not all changes that come to the PTR are permanent and are tentative to change. And with that, that's all for this installment of Action Recap. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to subscribe by clicking the action icon. Otherwise, if you enjoyed this video and want to see more like it, check out the other videos that we have on the channel. Additionally, if you have something to say and want to join in on the conversation, be sure to check out our Discord server. Links to that and everything else mentioned are in the description box below. This has been Darren with Action Esports, and we'll see you in the next one.